time I'm going to give you the body parts and the bones that make them up. So I have my skeleton on a stand. He's not assembled the best, so if he breaks, I apologize. So I'm going to start with the humerus, which would be the bone in your arm. This is going to be the top bone in your arm. I didn't put his arms on, so they'll probably stay on. So the humerus is the bone from your shoulder to your elbow. This is made up of the great tubular, which he would usually have like an indent right there, and then the head of the bone. Down a little bit lower, if it would like show correctly, but it doesn't, you would have your anatomical neck and then your surgical neck down here. And then at the bottom of the bone, you would have your oculocron fossa, lateral epicoloid, your capitola limb right here, and your tochlal, and then your medical epinotico. So that's what would make that. And then up here on the inside, what we'll do on this side, you would have your intertubercle groove right here, your greater tubercle, your lesser tubercle would be like on the middle of it, and then you would have your deltoid tuberosity. Then I feel like everything else is the same, like everything else on the bottom is going to be the same as it was in here. I was just showing you from like the inside outside part. So then we are going to move on to the bones of your ulna and radius, which would be, let's see, this lower part of your arm. So from the bottom of your elbow to your wrist. And this is, so on the outside, you are going to have your radius, and over here is going to be your ulna. The radial notch of your ulna is going to be up here. Tigger, please stop. This is going to be your ulnaron process, your tochlal notch. So it's just like your humerus had up here. You're going to have your coronoid process up through here. And then you're going to have your cibloid process down here, and the same on the radial, or the radius, and then you're going to have the head of the radius up here like you would on the normal bone. So that would be those two. Tigger, please stop. Then we're going to do the bones of the hands and wrist, which is going to be a little difficult because his hands are smaller. Cat, please go away. All right, so his bones and wrist would be right here. So you're going to have your sigmoid bones in between the breaks of the fingers. These would be your phalanges right here. Your fingers would be your phalanges. The part that would make your lower fingers up down here would be your carpals. And then your middle of your fingers would be your metacarpals. Then you would have things like, this is going to be really hard to show y'all, your trapezium, trapezoid, scarboid, then your pistrom, your taprum, your lantia. You would still have your ulna and radius down here. This is going to be, with the metacarpals, you're going to have your base, your shaft, and then the head of your fingers. And then your phalanges are going to have a distal, a medial, and a proximal. So as much as I can show you on there. Then I'm going to show you the bones of your pelvic girdle. So you're going to have your spine right here, and then you're going to have your pelvic inlet down here, and this is going to be your, well, back here where his bar comes through is where his sacrum and his coccyx is going to be. Your pubis is going to be down here along with your ulcium. Your ulna is here. This is going to be your crest right here on the top. You still have some of your spine coming through. You have some pelvic tubercle right here. Then a lot of it is just, other than that, it's like the little things such as your pubic symphysis right here in the middle. Your sides are going to be your, like, right through here. So that is how his pelvic girdle is made up. Now I'm going to do his femur bone. So the femur is the top part of your bone from, I guess you would technically call that the top of your hip to the top of your knee. So you're going to have the neck of your bone up here, your foramen and capus, and your head of your bone. You're going to have your lesser trocheo, your intertropial line, your guilton of tuberosity. You're going to have a linea superior. You're going to have your medial and lateral supracondylar lines. You're going to have all kinds of different things like that you would have in all your other bones. So about like the head and all of the other things are very alike in all the bones where they meet. And then down here, you're going to have your lateral epicoli, your abductor tubercle, your medial epicoli. Then here is your patella, which would be your kneecap. And we're going to go down from the patella to the femur, or not your femur, your tibia and your fibula. So your fibula would be right through here. Really try not to break him. And then these bones as well are from your kneecap, or the bottom of your kneecap down to your ankle. So this would be your fibula and your tibia right here. You would have like the heads of your bones per all the rest of them. So really surprised I haven't broke the skeleton yet. All right, and then we are going to get down to the last part of the bones, which are going to be your ankle and your foot. With this, you're going to have your tibia is going to bring down to your ankle, and then this will be your fibula. You're going to have an anterior ligament, all kinds of ligaments in here. This is going to be your talus, or not your talus, your talus, sorry. Your navicular, your uniforms, your ciboid is going to be here. These are going to be your metatarsals, your calcaneus, which is, I guess, where they get callus from, because I get them really bad. So that's how you're like, so your hands and your feet are basically made of the same, but, you know, not the same because one's a foot and one's a hand. But that is the human body. And there he is.